damage was discovered in a village close to Strasbourg, and it comes ahead of planned demonstrations in Paris against the rising number of attacks on France's Jewish community. President Macron has condemned anti-Semitic abuse after a prominent intellectual was targeted over the weekend. Natacha Butler reports now from the French capital.
It's the latest attack against Jewish people in France. On Saturday in Paris, French philosopher Alain Finkielkraut was insulted for being Jewish during a yellow vest protest. Reacting to the attack, the French president wrote on Twitter, "The anti-Semitic insults he has been subjected to are the absolute negation of what we are and what makes us a great nation. We will not tolerate it." Last week, a memorial tree to a young Jewish man who was tortured to death in 2006 was vandalised near Paris. While in the city, the German word for Jews was sprayed across a popular bagel shop. And a portrait was defaced of one of France's most famous women, Holocaust survivor and feminist minister Simone Veil. The graffiti on these letterboxes may have been erased, but the French government is struggling to make anti-Jewish sentiment disappear across the country. In fact, the French Interior Minister has called it a poison spreading across the country, because over the past year, attacks against Jewish people have risen by more than 70%. Some people say that the Yellow Vest movement is being used as a platform by some protesters to express anti-Jewish ideas. But the head of France's Jewish Students' Union says the recent attacks are a reflection of what he describes as an increasingly intolerant society.
We can clearly see the level of violence in society, this anti-Semitism which takes many forms, from Islamist movements, the extreme right and the ultra-left. We also see an extremely high level of homophobia, xenophobia and racism against migrants.
For Daniel Knoll, the events of the past week have evoked painful memories. His 85-year-old mother was murdered in her home less than a year ago. Police said she was targeted because she was Jewish.
I think that France has fallen very low. These people are fools, uneducated, and they have no place amongst the yellow vests.
During the Second World War, France's government collaborated with Germany's Nazi regime and deported tens of thousands of Jewish people. Today, France is home to the biggest Jewish community in Europe. But for some, the shadow, the past, is never far away. Natacha Butler, Al Jazeera, Paris.